Johnny O'Connell, Cadillac Racing. How are you today?
Good, good. You know, I had a decent day, so I can't complain.
Well, very good. Well, I'm just going to kind of start from the beginning, and we'll work our way through the questions. But you know, we were pretty shocked at Corvette Racing Land when the change came about. It was announced that you'd be racing for Cadillac. Can you kind of take us how that all went down?
Yes, I was told, hey Johnny, you're racing for Cadillac. And you know what, I got to tell you, after 10 years, I enjoyed an amazing 10 years with Corvette. You know, you know, all my wins at Le Mans, you know, my first race with them, we won the 24 Hours of Daytona overall. You know, I mean, I had an amazing career there, and you know, you'd like that, and you know what, it would be cool to continue on with that, and you know, just build on the legacy more. But you know what, General Motors wants me to be part of this Cadillac effort and building, you know, Cadillac racing later. So we're excited about that, and we're going to make sure this is a very successful program.
That's great. Well, Corvette Racing fans were very devoted, and I know we'll be interested in following you and former Corvette Racing driver Randy Pilgrim as you begin this quest. What are some of the major differences in the World Challenge Series versus American Le Mans Series?
Well, you know what, in the ALMS, you know, we were in the middle category, and now, you know, with the slower category in the GT cars. You know, here in World Challenge, we're the fastest category. So you're not, you know, you're doing most of the passing rather than getting passed. But also just the distance, you know, the length of the races. I mean, these are 50-minute sprint races. I don't have to share my car with anybody, so I get to be more selfish. And you know, and the level of competition. I mean, we got to be, you know, honest. You know, in the American Le Mans Series, it's hard to win. Now, it's going to be hard for us to win here. We've got other great manufacturers involved, but you know, I'm pretty confident in the team that we have assembled.
Well, it looks like a great car. We saw you in the practice sessions, and you were down at Sebring with it, and now you had your first race this afternoon. 4th place position, I think. What's your thoughts on the car? How do you like it?
You know what, from where we are in our development program, I'm blown away. You know, and not just, you know, we're talking 6 months ago, there was no race car. You know, there was no transporter. There was nothing. There was an idea. And so, you know, everybody at Pratt & Miller, I mean, did an amazing job. Everybody at Cadillac coming up to speed, learning about the program, getting all the marketing in place. You know, all the electronics people. There is so much electronics on this car. You know, K-Tech doing the engines in conjunction with powertrain. You know, I'm really pleased. The sanctioning body, though, they don't want us coming in here and first race annihilating everybody. So we knew we were going to be low on horsepower, and we are. But you know, our very first race, I got a Ford. You know, we were probably a 6th place car, but guys made mistakes and using good racecraft and stuff, we got a Ford. So you know, we're very optimistic about the future of this thing.
Well, working with Pratt & Miller all those years for Corvette Racing and now with Cadillac, I see a lot of familiar faces, Mike West, and was it easier for you to transition into a different car with the people that you know around you?
Well, it makes it more fun, you know. You know, if you didn't know anybody here, you know, it wouldn't have been, you know, as welcoming an environment. I know everybody here is very excited that I'm driving the car and all that kind of stuff, but you know what I mean? Fun is a big part of it. And you know, we've got all very young mechanics, guys that a lot of guys that have never done racing stuff, and so you know, their excitement level's way high. And when you have a team with a good atmosphere in it and guys are positive, that's when you get good results. That's when you win. That's where, you know, a 4th rate, you know, place finish today, pretty darn good as a win. You know, so you know, keeps that hunger alive, and you know, I'm very excited about everybody that we got here. You mentioned Mike West. You know, Mike has got a new lease on life. He's happy where he is now. He's my crew chief. You know, I'm pretty stoked about that. The guy's an amazing mechanic, and we're going to win races. Okay.
Great. Well, you know, I was watching a lot of the videos that were produced in advance of this race, and it looks like the Cadillac has a lot of its stock production parts. But like the Corvettes, the Cadillacs, you had to detune them somewhat to get into this race and to be able to compete in the class. Is the CTS, would you say, is it more production based than, say, the Corvette, the GT, or is it, how does that work?
You know what? And this is pretty pathetic. My CTS-V race car has 100 less horsepower than the street car. All right, now there's not that difference between, you know, the Corvette Z06 is about where the race car, the GT2 car is. So, you know, they it kills me, dude. They had to kill my Cadillac more to make it a race car than they do the Vette. And that's just in the horsepower part. You know what? You know, the CTS-V is such a killer street car. I mean, it is 556 horsepower, and it's so nice and nimble. It's got a beautiful feel to it. You can throw it around. It is, you know, Corvette owners got to try one because they'll be blown away with how bad this car is.
Right. Well, you mentioned on Facebook you're looking for a nickname for your car. Have you been able to decide on anything?
You know what? It's very hard. You know, I mean, I'm getting some great suggestions. You know, silver. There's something about silver, but you know what? It's got to be some. You know, it's nice to show up in the morning and say, yo, what's going on? You know, silver but silver's not. You know, I don't know. It's like I had a car for a while that I called Rockstar. I had Sweetness. I had a couple I couldn't say on the television, but no, we'll come up with something, and when I make the decision, we'll give a hat to some fan or something.
Right. Well, speaking of Sweetness, which is your 2002 Corvette,
correct?
Right. You convertible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any plans to maybe add a CTS-V to the stable?
Oh yeah. You know what? No, my deal with Cadillac is I'm supposed to get a car, so you know, so sooner or later with my Cadillac deal, I will get my Cadillac. But you know what? Sweetness. You know what? Sweetness is out of hand. I mean, 2002, and this is a cool thing, 108,000 miles now on her, all very hard, aggressive miles. I'm not a polisher. You know, you get Corvette owners that drive them, and you get guys that polish them. You know, I drive mine, and but you know what? I mean, a lot of the people out there might know I've got my own suspension kit with Fox, and so I put my, you know, the Johnny O'Connell Fox suspension on it, made it so athletic. And so, and luckily I still have friends at Michelin. They're going to send me a new set of Michelin Pilot Sport, so we're going to be good to go. I'm not going to retire that car. That's in the family for life.
Very good. And you were one of the commentators at ABC this year for the 12 Hours of Le Mans, wearing a suit, looking very good. How did it go?
You know what? It sucked. You know, I'm not going to lie. I mean, 20 years, you know, I got the record for most consecutive starts, most wins at that place. I've got, of all my racetracks, Sebring's probably my most special. So not being there, to me, wasn't right, you know, and then to watch the number 3 car without me driving it, wasn't right. And, you know what, I'm so excited about what I'm doing here at Cadillac, you know. And then, you know what, I've always had a great passion for doing TV, and, you know, when I'm done driving, that's what I plan to do. And so I was very, you know, I was grateful that ESPN and ABC, you know, chose me to do that.
Okay. And finally, I know you're looking for a ride for Le Mans still. Any takers yet? Anything
you know, had offers, but it's got to be the right deal. So, you know, it's got to get GM approval. So that makes it a little bit limited. But, you know, I'll get back to Le Mans. I don't worry about that. And I'm not done winning at Sebring, and I'm not done driving at Sebring. So there's more good things to come.
Is there any preference now with a class maybe that you would like to run?
Well, you know what I mean. GM doesn't want me racing against the Corvette. So, you know, I mean, at Le Mans or whatever. So, you know, I just got to see what, you know, opportunities present.
Great. All right. Well, Johnny O'Connell, thank you so much for talking to us.
You know what?
Very much appreciated.
Thank you. And you know what? And to all the Corvette owners and all the Corvette fans, you know, not only an amazing 10 years, but, you know, the love and support, you know, that they've shown me in this transition has been very cool. So thank you to everybody that owns a Corvette and has a passion for Corvette that I do.
Well, thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it.
All right, dude. You're good.
Good. Thank you, Brian.
That flowed. I felt it. I'm good with that one.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Well, I registered on a bunch of Cadillac forums and stuff. So
yeah. All right.
I'll be blowing some stuff out.
Well, very cool.
Yeah. But I'll send you a heads up when I got some stuff out there. Okay. All right. Hey, where's Dan at? Dan's not around?
No, he's still in California. I'm sure when I get to my phone, I'll have a bunch of things. Yeah, I'm good.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. Good guy. Yeah, he's the one. He wants me to name the car Dan.
Why not?
I know. Steely Dan.